Hey, it's Juve, and I was going through different sprites of all the games trying to make TikToks earlier today. But I had noticed something that I hadn't really thought of before, and that is that every time you look at a Hitmonchan, its stance seems to change in between games. So today I tried to answer, what stance does Hitmonchan stand in? Now before we start this video, I would like to say that I would really appreciate if you liked and subscribed to the channel. Seeing as how there's not that many people that watch my videos who are subscribed, and I would really like to get that number up, seeing as how I just hit 50 subscribers not too long ago. But anyways, let's look into this Hitmonchan and stuff. Now before we try to decipher this, we need to talk about the different stances that we're going to be using in this video, Orthodox and Southpaw. An Orthodox boxer typically fights with their left foot forward and the right hand in the back. This is the most common stance you'll see, seeing as how most people in the world are right-handed, and a lot of people use this stance while they're fighting. The most popular example I can think of is Muhammad Ali, who is the greatest boxer of all time in many people's eyes, including some boxers today. Meanwhile, Southpaw is the complete opposite, where you have your right foot forward and your left hand in the back. This stance is one that you'll see the least, seeing as how there are far less left-handed people in the world than there are right-handed. Most popular fighters you'll see use this stance are Conor McGregor in the UFC, as well as Manny Pacquiao when he was boxing. Now, I'm no combat expert, so I'm not going to go to the intricacies of each stance, but I'm just going to introduce them to you, so that way we can figure out what stance Hitmonchan is using. Now that we talked about the stances, it's time to figure out which one Hitmonchan was using in the Pokemon games. Now, as part of Red and Blue, where Hitmonchan was introduced, I kind of want to say that it's using a Southpaw stance just by the fact that it looks like the left arm was put forward with a lot of power compared to if it was using the right hand. So I think we're just going to chalk up Red and Blue to it being Southpaw. Now in Gen 1 there's also Pokemon Yellow, and in this one it does seem to be more of a clear Southpaw stance to me. See, that's how it has its left glove all the way back towards its head, but the right glove seemed to be more prominent in the photo. So I think in Gen 1 it was more of a Southpaw boxer. Now moving on to Gen 2 GSC, where Crystal Gold, it has more of a orthodox style, I'd say. See now how the left foot is more prominent and the right foot is farther back. However, if you look at Silver, you can see that it has its Southpaw stance. Now, this could just easily be chalked up as Gold and Silver having completely different sprites back in the day. Seeing as how this wasn't a Hitmonchan exclusive thing, there are plenty of Pokemon this happened to. However, if we had to give an answer for this one, we would have to say that it's more of an orthodox boxer this generation, seeing as how Crystal and Gold outnumber Silver in terms of sprites. Now we go on to Generation 3 with Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, as well as Fire Red and Leaf Green, where it seems like more of an orthodox fighting stance in this one. Left foot forward, and it seems like the right hand is going to go for a hook anytime soon. So there's 2 generations for Orthodox and 1 for Southpaw. Now we go on to Generation 4 with Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, where it seems to have a Southpaw stance in this game. The right hand seems like to go for a lead jab, and if we look at the Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it's kind of the same situation to be honest. It's just that it's not in an action shot where it seems to be punching you in the face. So 4 generations in, and we're completely split on Orthodox and Southpaw with 2 generations each. Moving on to Generation 5 with Black and White, this one seems to follow in the steps of Generation 4, where it's in more of a Southpaw stance. In the animated version of this, you can even see that it's going for a 1-2 combo with a jab and a straight. So that's 3 generations for Southpaw and 2 for Orthodox. Now going on to Gen 6, we can just group the next couple generations as one big giant generation, seeing as how the 3D models are completely the same in each game. And in these, we can see that it's more of a Southpaw boxer in these once again. The 3D models show these clearly as compared to the sprites. Seeing as how the right foot is most definitely forward in these. So I guess that makes Hitmonchan more of a Southpaw boxer, seeing as how there's only 3 generations. Generation 3 and Generation 2, where even in Generation 2, the Silver sprite showed it in the Southpaw stance. The sprite shows that it's a Southpaw boxer, but we also have to look at the official artwork to see if we can figure out something. If you look at the modern day Sugimori artwork of Hitmonchan, it seems to be in more of an orthodox stance. It has its left foot forward, it looks like it's going for a straight in the artwork. However, we also have the early Sugimori artwork to consider. If you look at the early Sugimori artwork for the United States releases, I kind of want to say that's an orthodox stance in. If you look at the bottom of the artwork, it kind of looks like it's in more of an orthodox stance if you look at its feet. The left foot seems to be more forward in the art, so it kind of looks like it's going for a lead uppercut. However, that's just the United States art. If you look at the Japanese art, I kind of want to say that it's in a similar orthodox stance. The left foot seems to be more forward, and the gloves look to go for a lead jab. And with the sprites of the 3D models telling us one thing, but the official artwork telling us another. So I guess there's only one real way to figure out what kind of stance Hitmonchan is fighting in, and that's to look at its namesake. So everyone knows that Hitmonchan got its namesake from Jackie Chan. However, that's not the one that we're interested in. If you look at his Japanese name, which I'm not going to try and pronounce out of fear of getting it wrong and getting bullied on the internet, we can see that it gets its namesake from professional Japanese boxer Hiroyuki Ebihara. So if you look up Hiroyuki Ebihara and see what kind of stance he fought in, we do see that he fought in the Southpaw stance. So I guess that's our definitive answer. So if I had to give my own final decision on this, I would say that it does look like Hitmonchan is a southpaw boxer. The majority of the previous generation sprites as well as the current 3D models have it in a southpaw stance. Its Japanese namesake even comes from a famous Japanese boxer who was a southpaw. Let me know if this was the outcome that you were expecting, as it certainly wasn't the one I was. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in a later video.